Classy response.
No, come on, dude.
Understandable. What's he going to say?
Oh, really? Do you think Mike Babcock or Kyle Dubas would say, we got to thank Peter Horchak for building this?
Dude, don't compare Dwane Casey to Peter Horchak.
It's a different year. It's a different team. They go out and do it. Why do you got to thank everybody that ever did something for the organization?
Maybe because he's the winningest coach in the history of the franchise, and DeMar DeRozan holds every record. He hasn't
coached a game for the team this year. Why the hell would you thank the guy?
So what do you want him to say? What do you want him to say? He was asked about it. What's he supposed to say?
You want me to say thank you to Dave Naylor for this show? What? He's not on this show anymore.
Dude, you're now.
No, I'm just saying, I don't understand what you're talking about.
What, you don't think that that's a smart response?
So
What's he supposed to say?
What did Dwane Casey do for this team this year?
Well, he made them relevant for starters. When he got here, they were a joke.
Okay, that was years ago, not this year.
No, that was last year.
He won Coach of the Year last year.
Yeah, last
so what?
year.
They fired him.
Yeah, I know that. He fired him. He's the guy that fired him.
Right.
He's the guy that traded DeMar DeRozan.
I think he
Maybe we just don't agree on this. I don't know.
No, I don't even think we're yelling about the same thing. What I'm saying is I don't necessarily believe everything that Masai's saying, but what else is he supposed to say in that moment? What's he supposed to do? Trample on the guy and be like, thank God I traded DeRozan because we would have choked out in the first round with him.
Right.
And
That's
Dwane
the truth.
Casey.
That's the truth.
Well, it is when it comes to DeRozan.
Okay, so why do you have to do? That's my point. Why do you have to do this? This team is really good. The coach, they traded DeMar to get the best player, one of the top players in the world.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are doing it. Why do you got to go backwards and thank people that used to be here? I think that's stupid.
But dude, these aren't just this isn't, someone who was an usher 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the best coach in franchise history.
Oh, really?
The longest
Darryl
standing.
Sutter took over the LA Kings and they won the cup. Did you hear him once say Terry Murray?
You don't think Dean Lombardi would have if he was asked about it? And again, don't compare Terry Murray to a guy who was here for 7 years and had the most wins in franchise history.
But it has nothing to do with what they're doing this year. Nothing.
Of course not. But it's harmless.
Well,
for
why
you
do you
to
think
acknowledge them? Why would you not? Like you're trying to run an operation here that's classy, that's first class. How often do we say that? Culture.
Yeah.
You yell and scream about culture all the time. Why would you trample on a guy's grave when you get an opportunity to pump his
Not mentioning
tires?
somebody is different than trampling on somebody.
He was asked about him, though. He was asked, what's the difference
what was the
between...
question?
I just don't
Nurse
think
and
you have to
Casey
start
and-
saying everybody's a big part of this, what we did this year. I just don't agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure they
you know
want
what?
to
He
hear
was
it.
great in the past. Whatever.
I'm not sure they want to hear it. I mean, I'll
that's
be
the
honest.
thing.
I don't know.
In a
if
candid
Casey
moment,
and
I would
DeRozan wanna
argue
hear it.
that Masai probably doesn't want to answer that question.
No.
Because he did make a decision.
By the
to
way,
fire
sorry for raising my voice. I just think that's stupid. I like going in the past.
Listen, you're allowed.
It just pissed me off. I don't need that. Like,
Okay, but let me ask you. Let me put a...
do you think the Carolina?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Did they say, you know what, Jeff O'Neal was a big part of creating the culture here?
Don't you feel
Not
like
a
he did?
chance they did that.
But-
They said we got rid of him and we're winning.
But who cares about that, though? Don't you feel?
I don't
like
either.
It?
I didn't expect them to say that.
You didn't feel like you were a part of like the growth of an organization that was nothing when you got there?
I was jealous that when I left, they were good when I left and they won the championship. That's it.
I would
End of story. They didn't care about what my feelings were or what I did for that organization.
Well,
flat period.
I guess let me jump in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think my point is it doesn't really.
God.
It doesn't harm anything going,
that was the point
I'd like
I
to
was
thank
saying.
people for.
Why would you not do that? Why would you not take that opportunity to be like?
Did the
Casey,
Carolina Hurricanes do that for me? Did they say, you know
Well-
what? Yeah, Jeff O'Neal, he was a big part. You know, he built this. He
Actually,
Well, I can't
you know what
speak
they
for
should have done
Carolina. I don't know.
recently?
They didn't.
Thank Ronnie Francis, who helped put that team together.
Did you
And
hear
they
one word about
Yeah,
Ron
but-
Francis?
but-
Not one.
but
I've
hold
heard
on a
Chicago
second.
talk like Dale Talon used to
Talon,
get his
absolutely.
tires pumped
Did you hear
all the
one
time.
word about Ron Francis?
But
Yeah, but
during the
Carolina,
playoff run?
But was
they
it
didn't-
asked?
They weren't in a cup final.
But was that question?
They were in the conference final.
Hey, this is the NBA
Okay,
finals.
Yeah, so it doesn't-
my question would be: were they asked that question?
Probably not.
Because that's the thing. If Don Waddell is sitting in a conference final, I guess media scrum, and they say, this team was built by you, but also by others. What do you think of that? I'm sure he would be like, well,
This isn't
Ronnie did
T-ball.
some great work.
This isn't T-ball. You don't say, my dad helped me with
It's
the
not
tip.
about that. Again, he's not like Masai didn't say, here, I've got a long list of people I want to thank. I want to thank DeLon Wright. I want to thank the Water Boy from 2014. These were the faces of the organization. Two guys.
Those two people did nothing to what this team is doing right now. Nothing. Zero.
Well, for starters, that they factored into where we're at because
Yeah, because
without
one
DeRozan,
guy
Kawhi's
they got
not here.
rid of one, and they brought one of the
You
best
don't think
players
Nick
in the
Nurse
world.
learned anything from Dwane
He should have
Casey?
said, I thank DeMar DeRozan for being traded to San Antonio. Thank you. We
But
got one of the best players in the world.
do
That's
you-
what you did for this team.
Do you think Nick Nurse learned anything from Dwane Casey? He was on the staff
Yes.
for 5 years.
Yeah.
You think Nick Nurse learned anything from Dwane Casey?
I also think Nick Nurse went to Masai Ujiri and said, I can coach better than that
Of
guy.
course,
So if you
because he
want-
was fired already. The job was open.
Yeah.
I would too.
He
But-
also probably said, I'm a better coach than that guy.
I would hope he would. You
Yeah.
better have that type
You need
of.
to have that confidence.
But again, like these are two guys. I don't think you're.
I just think that it's not T-ball. You don't say, you know what, my dad taught me how to like hit that thing. It was really good for my dad. Like you don't, I don't know. Maybe we're not on the same page on this, but this is the
I don't-
big
I love
leagues,
the
man. They're in the
passion.
finals.
Okay.
These guys helped us to get no way, no how. They had nothing to do with it. They're not
Well,
even on the team.
I've got one question, and that may turn.
Yeah, thanks, Peter Horchak. You helped us. Get
Yeah,
the
Peter Horchak and Dwane Casey. There's an
Does,
analogy.
does Bobby Webster talk at all?
That's
No.
Why,
Bobby
though?
Webster doesn't
But that's
talk.
my question. The other night when I'm watching the celebration, they pan to somebody. I go, "Who's that?" I said that. Who's that? And stuff's like that. That's a GM.
Yeah.
I'm like, we never hear from this guy. Now, is he the GM? Like as far as on paper, kind of like.
Well, yes, he.
But he doesn't make the
Masai is
moves.
the
It's
architect.
Masai.
Yes, I mean Bobby Webster is in there clearly. He's a part of. It's not quite Dubas and Shanahan. It's. I think it's Atkins Shapiro type. Although Atkins speaks a lot, but
pretty
these are
damn
the
close to
hierarchies.
paperwork.
These are the hard. Yeah, I mean,
He sounds like the analytics guy. Like he's got a numbers background, I believe. I thought I read.
Yeah, but everyone does now in 2019. If you're a young guy breaking into sports, you better
Right.
have that background.
You should. I agree. But it just, when they panned to him the other day, I said, "Who's that?" And I that should have been. That's on my ignorance. I know the name. I believe we've had him on our show before, but I didn't put the face to the.
Yeah,
the
well, he
name.
doesn't get a lot of vine. Again, it's Masai's the guy that came out and spoke. Masai is the guy who's the architect of the team. Masai's been here since
For
day
sure.
one.
And Masai is the guy who's put his neck on the line for all these
Right.
fantastic moves, really. It's not
everything's
just
been
Kawhi.
totally
it's Gasol,
vindicated.
it's drafting.
Everything is worked out. Even
everything's
Nick
worked-
Nurse, again, making the choice to go with a guy who was an assistant here for a long time.
Yeah.
Everything has led to an NBA Finals for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Well, your buddy deserves love.
I'm not
Good
saying
point,
that
Brian.
he needed love or anything. I'm saying if you
Thanks
get
to
asked
the
a
grappler
question,
for everything.
if you get asked a question,
Yeah, you have to answer the question.
what are you going to
Al's
do?
brother
And-
sitting back there.
Like, let's again put a Leaf perspective on it. Not that we
Right.
have to, but let's say this year the Leafs did amazing things and made it to a Cup final, and Kyle Dubas was up there or Shanahan, and they said, what about Lou Lamoriello? What impact he had? Nothing. No impact on anything. Don't you think they would respect Lou and say,
Say,
Lou,
yeah.
it was
Lou
great
was
to
a
have
big
Lou
part of
here.
it,
He was a big
helping-
part of it.
helped us to
Of course
move
they
on
would.
here.
It's harmless, and why would you not do that? And Lou did factor into what
Yeah.
led to the Maple Leafs being here, just like Casey did and DeRozan, and they put them on the map. And
I would say this: Lou's not here this year. He was here last year. He might have taught me a little nuggets along the way. Let's just pump
right.
everybody's tires.
yeah, everybody's tired.
Al's brother, thank you for being who you are. I love you, Al's brother.
All
His
right.
brother in there.
Okay, we got more audio I want to get to.
Yeah,
here,
let's
'cause
get
Draymond
it.
Green
really?
had- Well, I was trying to get to it, but I didn't realize your head was going to explode because Dwane
Yes.
Casey got referenced.
All right.
I don't understand why you take it so personally.
I just think it's stupid, man.
That's fine. I listen. I'm not saying it's even genuine necessarily. All I'm saying is I think that's the right move.
Yeah.
Buddy, Dave Naylor is one of my favorite people ever. But I don't call him and say, you know what? Because of you, this
Yeah,
show.
but team sports in a radio
Nah,
show.
Dad,
There's no
it's just-
comparison.
Let's just pump. Get him on here. It's a good
All
idea,
right,
Brian.
we'll get Dave Naylor on. Let's call up Dave.
No, get Casey on and just let him pump your tires. And he built
All
this
right.
program.
No, he
I
didn't
bet you
say
if you
built
asked
the program.
Masai in a private moment, he said, I don't care about Dwane Casey. I moved on because I'm a killer and I want to win. And I thought removing him was the best thing to do for me to win, and he
Obviously
did it.
he did.
Yeah, so why would he pump his tire? I don't know, man. You
All right.
Good opening segment.
Yeah.
We are on
No,
fire.
my head's not exploding. It's stupid.
Well-
You're talking stupid.
I'm talking stupid.
Yeah. You got stupid there for a minute.
I got stupid.
Well, the sound did, apparently. That's what it was. It was the sound.
The sound.
We
I
ran
had
audio.
DeMar. If without DeMar, we wouldn't be here. Exactly, because we
Well,
traded you.
He's talking about, them, the grind. It took them a long time to get to an NBA final.
So what?
They've been disrespected.
How many
for a
times
long
have you
time.
seen a team that they develop prospects, and they want to make a trigger move at the end, and they say, you know what? You got to go for us to get the big piece.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that it wasn't the right
Owen
move.
Nolan, Colorado Avalanche. You got to go to San Jose because we want Ozil.
Doesn't mean it wasn't the right move.
Did you hear once we want to thank Owen Nolan?
Well, why
Never.
wouldn't you do that? But how do I know? Did I go back and review the tape in
Yeah,
San Jose or
exactly.
Colorado or whatever? Of course not.
Exactly.
But why would you not?
It's the scribe's fault.
Because the bottom line, they have nothing to do with it. They're not on the team.
It's a loaded question from a scribe.
No, it's just
All
you
right.
don't often like. My head's not exploding, but that's just dumb.
It is exploding.
No, it's not.
That's awesome.
All right. We got some audio we'll get to. James Duthie, our NBA correspondent, will join us at 5.
Got a
Jerry's
haircut.
percentage is at 5:30, and we'll get back into the legacy of DeMar DeRozan and Dwane Casey in Toronto.
Stupid.
We got
man.
props, too. We got some props.
Yes.
Yeah. Carolina. Let's get a Carolina Hurricane person on here to thank me for
All right, we'll get
winning the cup.
call up Jimmy Rutherford.
Yeah, he was so integral in building the program. He's a big part. Never. You know what they said? Thank God they traded him for 2 other guys with less money. That's what they said.
Yeah, behind the scenes. It's 2 different conversations.
Okay, so why do you care in front of the scenes? Because it's just garbage.
Why wouldn't you put forth that front of being classy and showing respect to people that did great things for your organization?
Okay, if you want to be a phony and talk like that, go ahead. Then
Well,
you're a phony.
It would have
But
been
it's
a
not
bigger.
phony.
It would have been
You
a bigger.
respect them.
Yeah, you
just
think-
because you trade them and fire them doesn't
Jimmy
mean that you hate
Rutherford
them.
would have said he was a big part of this program. Major part. We owe him. But
Yeah,
behind
but
the scenes, he would say, "Thank God we got rid of that guy. We got 2 other guys that made less money." That's the truth. And on this program, we talk about the truth.